Hi everybody, I'm Grandpa Scott.
And I'm Grandpa Bobby.
And we're here at the incredible Biosphere 2 near Oracle, Arizona.
Biosphere 2 is owned by the University of Arizona, my alma mater, and the purpose of it is to study the impact of climate change on the environment. It sounds exciting, so join us.
In 1987, Biosphere was created to study how humans could live on another planet. The project was unsuccessful because they couldn't create enough food and oxygen, and it had to be discontinued after 2 years. In 2002, the University of Arizona took over ownership, and they turned Biosphere 2 into a leading environmental research facility.
We really enjoyed the unique architecture. All the outside walkways provided great views of Biosphere 2.
The living quarters and the library atop the rather phallic tower are off limits to visitors, which is unfortunate because it would have been really cool to see them. Ahead of us is the main entry airlock to Biosphere.
The large glass conservatories are called LEOs, or Landscape Evolution Observatories. We'll learn more about them later in the video.
Resting at the end of the LEOs are one of two lungs for the Biosphere. This is the west lung. The second south lung is located on the other side of the campus. Without these lungs, the heated air in Biosphere would have expanded so much that it would have blown the walls off. These lungs are basically large membranes that expand or contract when the air from Biosphere is pumped through them.
The outside walkways give you the opportunity to look into the unique environments housed inside the conservatories, and they give you a great view of the Sonoran Desert.
Once you go through the main airlock, you enter into what had been the main dining and kitchen areas for the crew, or Biospherians as they were called. The glass wall on the left looks into the conservatory that served as their orchard.
The crew grew fig, banana, lemon, and lime trees. They also attempted to grow coffee beans, but it was a very rare treat because of the process proving difficult. I have to be honest with you folks, Bobby and I wouldn't have made it 2 weeks without our morning coffee.
Okay, you better be prepared for a lot of staircases and steps when you're here. The architecture is really unique, and it kind of reminded me of an erector set I had when I was a kid. It amazes me that all of this complex only took them 4 years to build.
Here you get a great view into one of the LEOs where they study water retention in soil.
Going through the airlocks was a lot of fun. It kind of felt like we were on an episode of Star Trek.
Kirk to transporter room, report.
Our excitement continued to grow as we entered the main conservatory that houses the different environments. The first environment is called a coastal fog desert. They're quite common in northern Mexico, and it's different from our Sonoran Desert. The coastal fog desert does not receive water from summer monsoons. It only gets water in wintertime and from the coastal fogs.
The next area you come to is the mango marshes. There are 3 different types of mango trees here, and they are really cool. You see, mango trees grow with their roots in salt water, and they leach salt onto the backs of their leaves. Scientists are studying how this might be adapted to benefit humans.
A personal favorite of mine was the savanna. The savanna is a transition area between the very wet and humid rainforest and the drier coastal fog desert. Plants here were selected to provide seeds and nuts for birds and galagos that were intended to be introduced into Biosphere. Wait a minute. Is that Grandpa Bobby? What's he found?
What I found is the world's largest enclosed experimental ocean. It has over 700,000 gallons of water. That's one heck of a swimming pool, folks. Scientists use a wave wall and a heat exchanger to study trial and error efforts to save the world's coral reefs.
The last environment we visited was the super humid tropical rainforest. And let me tell you, if I had hair, it would have frizzed all out in there. It's home to over 100 different species of plants, some growing to over 90 feet tall. This environment has a large diversity of organisms too, including bugs, snakes, and amphibians. Larger species like monkeys were not included because they would have been too hard to support. The research being done in this controlled environment is helping scientists and environmentalists discover ways to preserve our critical rainforest.
Well, folks, that's our tour of Biosphere 2. We hope you enjoyed it. I know I had a great time. How about you, Grandpa Scott?
I had a fantastic time.
So if you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe below. And while you're there, click on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. And remember, wherever you travel,
Travel your heart.